Hi everyone, so I finished my training for today. It's a lunch and learn session that we held, and the title was Demystifying Mental Health Using Neuroscience-Based Strategies for Wellbeing. The presenter was Dr. Mike Mousseau of Green Shield. And so basically, I learned one new thing in today, and that's basically trying to delay your caffeine intake. That includes tea. For me, that's a big, it will be very hard to do because I like my cup of tea in the morning or my cup of coffee. But apparently that really helps when you are trying to boost your mental health if you wait for a few hours. Some of the things that we covered are things that I've talked about in my talks as well. For your cognitive health, basically changing your brain, looking at what are you identifying, focusing on changing your thoughts from negative to positive. So for example, for me, I have had periods of unemployment, but during that time, I have spent the time building my skills, volunteering, helping people. I haven't just sat at home and done nothing during that time. And so when you change that, how you're focusing on what's happening in your life, you can bring about positive changes. And also I've been applying for jobs. I haven't been just sitting at home and saying, oh, well, there's a recession, I can't do anything, I'll never accomplish anything, I'll never be able to hold a job. Because if I talk to myself like that, that becomes my journey. So it's important to remember that. In the medical field, one of the things I took away was that it's talking about cognitive behavioral therapy. That's what it is when you're talking about going from negative to positive. And many of us focused on gratitude. In the Christian tradition, we call that counting your blessings. And building up serotonin in your brain is what happens when you focus on gratitude. We touched on mental health for youth, and he provided some resources, books and things that we can look at, which is also good because often as an HR professional, when I talk, people think, yeah, you're just making up stories, you don't know anything. And actually, it's not the case. We looked at diet, exercise, and sleep. And some of the things that he talked about are things that we learn through the Catholic tradition from the saints, like when you wake up in the morning, focusing on that beautiful morning light, letting that sunlight into your eyes that wakes up your body. So there's actually science behind this now. So people can't just say, there she goes again. It's actually proven medically that it boosts your system, it wakes it up. And he gave a really powerful example. If you look at a dog in the morning, that dog, when it wakes up in the morning, it will stretch its body and it will just sit in the sun for a few moments before it gets moving. The other thing is sitting at the table and eating your dinner. So when my grandparents were alive, we would all sit together and eat our meals at the table. Once my grandfather died and once my grandmother moved to America, we no longer did that. We sat in front of the TV and we ate our dinner, and I didn't like it. But again, it's not my house. So, things like that are coming back into the mainstream, because when you're sitting at the table and you're eating your dinner with your family or with somebody, you turn your phone off, you're having a conversation, you're focusing on your day, you're focusing on talking to each other. That's building relationships. That's something that I grew up with in Africa. So it's good that there's science behind it now. And then taking a cold shower in the morning, I don't do that. But if you want to do it, you can do it. I just don't like it. It's not for me. So other people might find that helps them. light exercise. This is something my grandmother taught me. So she would get up in the morning. There was these things in the 50s and 60s, I guess it got passed down. So she would get up in the morning and she would stretch, she would touch her toes, she would do side stretches, and she would just get her body moving with light exercise. Then she would go out into the garden, because we had a big garden in Africa. This is now proven scientifically that light exercise in the morning helps you. You can do it at home. You don't have to have a big gym or anything. Just touching your toes 10 times, stretching, reaching out, things like that. And for me, I'm glad I joined this talk, because I'm getting tired of all the negative things people are bringing into my life and saying about me. And then at night, a warm shower before bed. I talked about how I researched into, because I have hypertension, I researched the effects of having a shower, and that helps your body. Sleeping in a room that's not too cold or too hot. Like for me, I can't sleep at night if the room is too hot. So I have to have it temperate or cool. And so those are just some of the things I thought I would share. Obviously, I'm not sharing everything, but it's just to say that when you look at me, don't treat me like I'm an idiot, like I don't know anything, because that's how I get treated, and the wages correspond with that I earn. I'm not. Some of the things that I have grown up with, that I'm sharing, that I'm telling you, are actually now being proven scientifically. And this is coming from a reputable Canadian company, Green Shield. So you can take it or leave it. I'm not interfering with your life, but I'm sharing with you so that you can learn. And so that if you want to have strong relationships in your families, in your communities, if you want to have things that help you, then implement them. If you don't want, and you still want to say, she's the problem, she's the one causing problems on our team, she's the one causing problems in our community, in the end, that's your choice. It's not mine, because I know who I am, and this has helped me a lot, because it showed me that I'm on the right track and that I know what I'm doing. And sometimes you need that. You need other people who are professionals to listen to them, to help you, and to say, you know, is what I'm doing good? Is it true? Is it appropriate? And then you can pass it on to others. So, like I said, you can take it or you can leave it. But I've been in Canada over 20 years, and the things that I've been doing since childhood are now being proven scientifically. And it is helping people. So you should take me seriously as an HR professional, as somebody who has been living here for over 20 years, and not put the blame on me if you don't like what I'm saying, because that is unacceptable.